Hello, in today's session we will have further practicing on 3D modeling of parts in SolidWorks. So we start with a new part. Okay. This drawing is in millimeters. Then I can modify the units by going to the options, document properties, units, and make sure to choose the millimeter option. Now I can start from the top view to draw the cylinder. Top, sketch, circle, add dimension. So you sketch the geometry, you add a dimension, and then you add a feature. This is 25 times 2. Extrude by 18. Alright, now I want to draw this part, so I can go to the front view and sketch, Ctrl 8 on the keyboard, or you can choose in order to have the norm from this side, from this tab, or from this icon. Okay, now I can draw the shape. Try to avoid the center points, the midpoints, and so on, not to add relations. Okay, in order to draw a circle, either you draw a line and then you choose the midpoint and draw a circle, or you can return the cursor to the point and you can, it by default changes into arc. Okay, now you add another circle and you can add dimensions. Okay, so you have 37 from the center of the circle to the center of the cylinder. Okay, so this is 37. Okay, the diameter of this arc is, or the radius is 20, and the diameter of the circle is 20. Alright, now you can extrude. Okay, mid plane from both sides, and the thickness is 10 plus 6 plus 10, which is 26. Okay, now you need to draw the rest of those. Okay, again you choose front, sketch, Ctrl 8, and you draw the shape. You have a circle. Okay, and another circle. Now you add dimensions. You have 45 from the center of the, 45 plus 12 to the center of the circle. Okay, so you choose dimension, center, 45 plus 12. Right. The diameter of the circle is 40, and the inner one is 25. Right. Okay, now you can sketch a line. Okay, to this. Of course, this can be done by the command, the rip command, but I will be extruding it with the rest of the drawing of this part. So the distance here is from this point to this point is 12. So it becomes fully defined. And just to make it a closed region, okay, and from this point to this point. Okay, now I can extrude. Okay, and I can choose a mid plane, and the thickness is given as 10. Alright, again you can choose the sketch and choose extrude. You have this circle, mid plane, and the thickness is 40, right? And still we have this part, extrude, okay, mid plane, and you have 20. Right. The disadvantage of not using the rib is that this part is not, you still have an edges and not close to the surface. So you need to choose the surface again, add a sketch, and convert entity. So this is the drawing, and then you need to extrude it in order to have a fit up to the surface. Okay. So as you can see, like those small differences will be filled between the two objects, between the cylinder and this part. Okay. So now it is closed. Alright. The last thing we need to do is to have a sketch on the top, circle, and you need to add a dimension, and the radius is 15, and therefore the diameter is 30. Okay, and you need to extrude cut through all, or you can drag this downward, or you can choose directly through all. Okay, so you have this hole. Now you need to have this slot along all the component. Then you can choose this face, sketch, Ctrl 8. You can put a center line. Alright, just for you to choose like a center rectangle, okay, which fixes it onto the center line. Okay, so I can choose any length, but the width is given as 6. Okay, now you can extrude cut through all. Okay, through all, as you can see, and that's all. Okay, so this is the drawing that we have. Thank you. Now we want to draw this part, and because most of the shape and the dimensions are given in the right view, so I'll be choosing the right view and start from it. Make sure to choose the units to be in millimeters. Okay, now I can choose a center point. I can draw the shape. Okay, now you can add dimensions. This is given as 100. This is 60. And the distance from the top to the bottom of this is 40. Okay, now you can add relations. This line and this line are equal. Which one I chose? Yeah. So this line and this line are equal. Okay. So it seems that I choose the command parallel, so I can delete this relation or keep it. It doesn't make any difference. Okay. Now, in order to make it well defined, you need to define those distances, because you still can add, like you can move those lines. Okay, you still can move them. Okay, so you can define this line and this line to be equal. Okay, and the distance of this line is given by 100 minus 27 over 2. 100 minus 27 over 2. Alright. Great. Now okay, I will be making this 24, the dimension of this line. Okay, 24. Great. So as you can see, it is still can be moving. Okay, so I need to move this part to the center of this line, so I will be adding a relation, okay, between the midpoint of this line and the center line. Okay, so this line and the center, the midpoint, to be coincident. Alright, now it is fully defined. Now I can add a feature, extrude by 40. Okay, so I will be choosing a mid plane 40. Alright, now you can have this hole by plotting on this face. You sketch, Ctrl 8, and you draw the shape. You either draw it by lines, or you can directly choose a rectangle. Okay, a corner rectangle. Select dimension 26, and this is 22. Okay, now the distance from this point to this point is equal, is symmetrical. Okay, so either you can choose a center line again and add relation between the center line and the midpoint of this line. Okay, make them coincident. Okay, now you can extrude cut through all the object. Alright, now you still have to have an extrude cut over this surface and this surface. So what you can do is to draw a rectangle. Okay, sketch, right, Ctrl 8. Now I can have a center line from this point to this point, right, and I can choose a rectangle, center rectangle from the center, and I can add the appropriate dimensions, which is 26 and 86. Okay, it is well defined, and then I can extrude cut with a thickness of 18. Okay, Ctrl 7, or you can choose from this icon the isometric view. Thank you. Okay, we will draw this object now. I'll be choosing either the top. You can start from the top or the right. So I'll start from the right plane. I start the sketching. I can choose centered rectangle. You can add dimensions 120, and the width with the thickness is 12. Okay, so it is 6 from above and 6 from below, so it is 12. Okay, now I can add a circle. Okay, and a small circle, and I can add the dimensions as the diameter 25, and the hole is diameter 12 in 3 places. Okay, now I can select and extrude. So this is can be used as a midplane, and the thickness is given by the diameter of this circle, okay, which is 12, the radius 12, which is 24. Alright, now again I can choose the sketch and extrude. Okay, I can choose the, okay, let me rotate it just to catch all the ones that I want. Okay, this one, and this one. Okay, I can choose midplane, and it is 50. Okay, great. Now I want to add those cylinders. Okay, I choose this part, sketch, Control 8, the keyboard, or you can choose from this icon. Okay, the view that you want. Okay, so yeah, just to make it horizontal. Alright, now I can sketch on this a circle with the same length of this line, which is 24, so the diameter is 24. Okay, the radius is 12 to places, and again I can, okay, so I did something by wrong. It's better to start from the bottom of this face. So scarred, so it's better to start from this face. Okay, sketch. Okay, now I can draw a circle. So I can avoid extruding from 2 directions. I can extrude it only once. Okay, now I can extrude. Okay, I flip the extrusion, and it is 30. The height is 30. Okay, now I can choose this face, draw a circle, and this circle is, the radius is 12. Sorry, the diameter is 12. Okay, now I extrude cut through all. The same thing I need to do from this face, which is sketch, circle, extrude, the opposite direction, and the height is 30 as well. Okay, now I can choose this face, draw a circle, sorry, circle, and a dimension. The diameter is 12. Extrude cut through all, and that's it. Great. Now, in order to to hide those edges, just can choose like this view, which is gives you a better an overview of the drawing. Okay.